As you can see beside me is the brand new G90 M5. This particular car has a lot of plans for the future, but today's video we're gonna focus on the sound and our brand new PSI mid-pipe. This is something we developed way back years ago on the G80 M3s, and we've done also for the X3M, and it's really just about correcting the sound of the stock cars. Cars are super quiet. This one in particular is very, very quiet. So today we're gonna walk you through the construction of the mid-pipe, the way that it sounds compared to stock, and the ease of use, because a part of our design is actually replacing the factory mid-pipe in a factory way. So it actually bolts up in a factory way and it cuts right on the cut marks, making it something that's 100% reversible and exactly an OEM compatible piece with no check engine or no anything going on. This car is currently 100% bone stock. So let's get it in on the lift and install our PSI mid-pipe, and we'll show you guys the differences. We now have the new M5 on the lift, and I'm gonna walk you guys through our brand new mid-pipe and show you from the front all the way back here to the back and what makes it so special. So I had Eric take the factory mid-pipe off and go ahead and put our PSI mid-pipe on, and because this is a development car, we already did the cutting prior to this when we were building the system, but we're gonna make an instructional video that shows you guys how to install everything so you can do it right every time perfectly. So we'll go ahead and start here. So right here is a 2-bolt flange, which starts the mid-pipe, which comes right out from the downpipes here. Factory exhaust on these cars is just above a 3-inch size, and we were able to fit 3.5 inch. So most of our, about 98% of our mid-pipe that we make is 3.5 all the way back. And you can see it starts, so downpipe on this side, downpipe on this side, those are all factory. Then it goes to the flanges, and we're actually using factory gaskets here. It's like a donut type gasket. Those are factory M5 gaskets. It goes up, builds up to the 3.5 and comes down. And this is all 304 stainless steel parts that we use to make everything. It all comes down to here by the transmission. It comes together here. And this is the first section that we've cut to make it smaller for when we ship. So it's actually, these pieces are the front section, and then this piece is the back section. So there's some vibrant clamps here for 3.5 size. Then it goes into our X-pipe design, which is similar to the G80, but it's just a lot bigger because this is a 3.5 inch pipe. And what that does is it adds a throaty sound, as you guys can hear from the sound clips, to the factory. The factory is very muffled, very like whistly type of sound, and this adds that throatiness, which I think really defines the V8, especially in the M5. It carries back, goes through here. This is the differential here. These are the fins for the diff. And right here is where the factory dimples or cut marks are on the factory exhaust. It's here and here. And these clamps that you see are actually the BMW factory clamps that are in the TIS in the air for these cars. This is actually a factory part for the M5, for the G90 and G99 that we've purchased to make it seamless. And the reason there's even a cut mark, and there's a reason that these clamps even exist as a factory part, is if you get hit in the rear and have damage to the exhaust and need to replace your muffler, BMW is not gonna send you an 18-foot long muffler, to the dealer in the mail. They're gonna send just this part, and this is where you cut it. So we utilize that factory nature when we do this mid-pipe. Cool thing about that is it's already marked where to cut. The other cool factor is it's 100% reversible, because when you put the factory mid-pipe back on the car to go back to stock, you're using factory clamps. So when the dealership sees this is a factory part, and it was used on the car and it's made for the car. So that's a cool factor on this. Now let me show you guys the factory mid-pipe for the G90 M5. And it's just full of crazy resonators, which super quiets the car. The cats in the car are actually up in the downpipe. There's a primary and a secondary cat. So we're not getting rid of any of the cats. There's no smell involved, which a lot of people ask, with the mid-pipe. Literally is factory. We're just getting rid of these crazy resonators that quiets the car down. We're also making the pipe thicker so we can get more sound to the back, and we can also make that throatiness too. So just like our G80, our G87, G82, and our X3 and X4M mid-pipes, everything's made in-house here in the shop in our fab area, and it's all made from 304 stainless, and it's all TIG welded. Everything also comes with factory clamps, factory gaskets and also new hardware. So this is a seamless install as possible. We'll also have full detailed instructions on how to install and an installation video to make it super simple. Of course, everybody wants to hear how this is going to sound. So cue the comparison sound clip, stock versus the PSI Midpipe. Now that you guys have heard the PSI Midpipe, we want to talk about the focus of the design, which is really to just turn up the volume a couple notches and make a reversible OEM Plus solution for those that don't want to do too much to their cars. Of course, in the future with our M5 wagon, we'll be featuring some other exhausts which give a little bit more volume and change the aesthetic. But for now, this is a great option. And for those of you wondering, this is going to be available for the G99 M5 Touring as well. So stay tuned.